Kevin Friend 3, Palace 1. My reaction to the game. As you can tell by the tone of my voice, I am fuming. I'm fuming because the officiating in this league is absolutely ridiculous. Where on earth do I start? Where on earth do I start with these refs? I don't want to talk about the refs. I want to talk about our performance. I think, in the second half we were decent, but I'm going to get into that later on. I have to start with this. Kevin Friend is an absolute of a shambles of a ref. He had zero control over the game. One-sided, biased referee that I've ever seen. VAR, once again, shambolic. Let's start off with the penalty. Look, Diego Jota runs into Vicente. Go and watch the replays. Diego Jota literally runs into Vicente. VAR looks at it for 3 minutes. First of all, I don't know about you guys, but if there is something clear and obvious, surely it shouldn't take 3 minutes to see the clear and obvious error. It's not clear and obvious. There was a reason why they was looking at that. Diego Jota changed his path, ran into Vicente. So what? Is that something new? So every time we have the ball one-on-one, let's just kick the ball to the left, and then let's just run into the goalkeeper and get a penalty. Oh, that improves our chances. That improves our chances of scoring a goal, maybe. So, the referee, if you're a Premier League referee, we can't talk about Premier League referees being shocking. That isn't shocking. They're corrupt. This league is corrupt. It has been corrupt for a very long time. You can see it throughout the game. Marco Elise goes for a header. He has a head injury. I think this is the basics of referee. You have a head injury. What happens when you have a head injury? You stop the game. Once again, we had to run to the referee to tell him, stop the game. What are you doing? And he saw Elise. He said, stand up. He told him to stand up when he had a head injury. Liverpool's second goal. Firmino is in an offside position. And Mitchell doesn't know this. Of course he wouldn't know this, because I'm not blaming Mitchell for this. He's in an offside position. He tries to play for the ball before he goes to Oxlade-Chamberlain. If Firmino wasn't there, why on earth would Mitchell be standing there? He'll be an Oxlade-Chamberlain. Once again, apparently that wasn't clear and obvious for VAR. That isn't offside. Firmino wasn't in an offside position trying to play for the ball. Throughout the game, had no control. Liverpool gets one thing, we get another thing. I don't want to go into these games talking about referees. I don't. But what else can I do after that performance of a fucking shambolic ref? Where do we go from here? Next week, what's going to happen is Kevin Friend's going to get another Premier League ref. I was going to be forgotten about. Hopefully, all the neutrals understand, especially top 6 clubs, it's not us versus them. I want you to understand there is bias. This is how we feel. It's not just Palace, West Ham and other clubs. They have this as well. It's like the league wanted Liverpool to win this game so they can have something exciting, some title push. Now, I'm not taking away from Liverpool. Liverpool, let's go to the performance. Liverpool in the first half were absolutely ridiculous on the ball. They outdone us in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We couldn't get into the game. Off the ball, Liverpool were great. On the ball, Liverpool were great. They were clear runners. The scoreline could have even been higher. But when you look at the first half, after that Liverpool goal, after that second goal, we changed it about. We had a 4-4-2. We improved into the game. We got a bit better. We had our chances as well. We did have our chances, especially in the first half. JP had our chance. There was another chance, I think, with Gallagher as well. So we had our chances despite being 2-0 down. But in the second half, I think Liverpool fans, if any Liverpool fans are watching this, we were the better team. This is what we should be talking about. This is what, Sky should be talking about. This is what the neutral should be talking about. But why on earth is everyone talking about the referee? Because he was shambolic. And he took away from a very good game and a game that could have potentially changed. Now, I'm not saying maybe, all right, let's say that he didn't give that as a penalty. Liverpool was still leading. But that is not my point. We were still in the game. We were pressing Liverpool all of second half. The way we started the second half, we could have scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. Alisson made a great save. But, that's not my whole point. My whole point is the referee ruined it from minute 1 to minute last. And that penalty summed up his performance. And it's taken away from our actual performance. weren't great for the first 15, 20 minutes. But in the second half, Palace were the better team. Michael Olise, very good on the ball, putting balls into the box. I thought Edward and JP worked well together. I like the goal that we scored. Especially with JP passing to Edward. Something so simple, but JP could have easily took a shot. And it might have went in, but it might not have. But I like that we are playing as a team. We're trying to do this as a team. Nice setup, nice goal. But for Palace, we had our problems as well in terms of conceding goals. I talked about the second goal. I talked about that being potential offside. And Oxlade-Chamberlain wasn't marked, but that conversation is done there. But for the first goal, it was just too poor. I mean, we have improved on set pieces, but there's nowhere on earth that you can leave Virgil van Dijk open to go for a header and expect them not to score. It was poor. It was poor defending from us, and Liverpool took their chance. But overall, I thought Palace were decent as we got into the game, as we changed the formation. I like Schlupp. I think where the game really changed for us is when we changed from the 4-3-3 to like a 4-4-2, and Schlupp went out wide. For me, I said it before, I'll say it again. I just don't see Schlupp being as effective through the middle. He looks lost out there. As a midfield three, it just does not work. It's not only this game, it's not only last game. We've tried it for more than 2 games now. It hasn't worked. Let's not do it again. But the 4-4-2 and Vieira changing it in the game, especially in the first half, I like that. That's what you want to see from a manager. If it's not working, have a bit of game management, change it about. And they did do that, and we got into the game like that. And you know what? On another day, we could have easily scored about at least, I'll say 3 goals. At least 3 goals. And we were unlucky at times because Alisson was very good in goal, especially for the Edward chance. That should have been put back in the net. But Alisson made a very good save. But, we had our chances to put it to bed, and we didn't. Liverpool won the game. I don't think they played particularly well in the second half. I thought we were the better team in the second half. But in the first half, Liverpool, especially for the first section of the first half, the first 25 minutes, Liverpool were the better team. But we go into it. But it's disappointing two defeat. Well, not 2 defeats in a row. It feels like a defeat when you're drawing against Brighton. But another defeat, another unlucky performance. But for me, forget about the performance. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is this isn't the only time that I've spoken about refs, and I don't think it's going to be the last. But what's going to change? What is the point of the referee going to the monitor when they always give it as well? There's so many stupid things with this league that I don't understand. But Premier League corruption strikes again. They got what they wanted. Liverpool fans will be happy about it, and they should be because they got a massive win. But as Palace fans, I'm frustrated. I guess most of you watching it will be frustrated as well, because you cannot be clearly that one-sided as a Premier League ref and get away with it. But I think he will. I think he will officiate next week, and we're not going to hear about it again, which is what pisses me off the most. But my voice is going. Spoke about a lot there. But yeah, I just don't know what else to add. Let me know what you guys think about the referee, about the performance as well, because I honestly, I did want to talk about the performance today, but there wasn't so much to talk about. I mentioned it there, apart because the referee just said, "Let me be a knob and take the spot." So yeah, that's my reaction to the game. Let me know what you guys think about the game and about the referee. And yeah, there'll be more videos coming out. Make sure to check out the match reaction and also check out the player ratings. And until next time, up the Palace.